What can we expect from uranium prices in 2017? Joining me now is Amir Adnani, the CEO of Uranium Energys, also the sponsor for our coverage here at the PDAC. Thanks for joining us.
Yeah, it's nice to, it feels to me like it's become a regular uranium update at the PDAC.
So, lots of excitement back into the uranium space. We saw the rally in February, prices rallying close to 30%. We're now in a state of consolidation here. What can we expect? What's your forecast?
At around $25 a pound, we are seeing some consolidation, which is great. But at the same time, the uranium price is still well below most uranium mines' all-in cost of production. So we have ways to go, but it's good to see a trend where it feels like the bottom is in and we're coming off of that bottom.
What's the biggest misconception you feel people have of the uranium space?
To some extent, and there's now, we've seen some environmentalists and people that are very closely involved with the green movement, for example, that previously used to be opposed nuclear power, that are now becoming one of the biggest supporters of nuclear power. So I think the biggest misconception is the importance of linking concerns about climate change and the importance of reducing our carbon footprint, and how that is not possible without relying more on nuclear power, which is the only source of major power generation that is carbon emission free.
Do you think for a precious metals investor who wants to start investing in uranium, is the crossover easy?
That's a very good question, and I believe it is easy in the sense that many of the methodologies and types of, let's say, disclosure that you're an investor in the gold sector is familiar with. For example, 43-101 technical reports and how analysts evaluate ounces in the ground or uranium in the ground, or a net present value on what the life of mine value would look like. Those are actually the exact same methods that investors or analysts covering the uranium sector use to look at the uranium sector, with one difference. If you're a gold investor, you have a universe of majors to invest in, a universe of mid-tier gold producers to invest in. What's the market cap of, let's say, Newmont these days? $20 billion?
Right.
The combined market cap of all uranium companies you can invest in is like $7 billion. So it's a much tinier sector, but that's why at the same time it has the potential to move very quickly because you have scarcity of players.
Okay, let's talk about you were just on with Rick Rule before this, and
yeah.
He was kind of saying how you did a great job. You raised $26 million at Uranium Energy. Tell us about your low-cost ISR process.
We have focused from day one on a method of mining uranium. And by the way, going back to the gold comparable, there isn't an equivalence of this method really in gold. So this is really unique to uranium mining, which is the in-situ recovery method. And it's a way of targeting certain style of deposits that are sandstone hosted. And instead of conventional mining where it's an earth-moving exercise, in-situ recovery allows you to drill wells into a permeable sandstone layer of uranium that contains uranium. And by injecting water and gaseous oxygen, we're able to slowly dissolve the uranium in solution and recover it in solution. No excavation, no digging, no tailings, no waste rock. And this ends up putting in-situ recovery in the lowest quartile cost for mining uranium and very low capital intensity. It's a method that was originally developed by oil and gas companies who were involved in uranium mining in the 70s and 80s. It really has its roots in the United States. But the country of Kazakhstan has used this technology over the last 12 years to become the world's #1 uranium producer. So today, over 40% of global uranium supply comes from this in-situ recovery method. It plays a much bigger role in uranium mining than it does in any other commodity.
Okay, and what are you planning to use the money raised for? What are your goals for 2017?
For 2017, we're going to continue advancing our ISR, or in-situ recovery portfolio. We have our hub and spoke strategy in South Texas, where we have a fully built and permitted processing plant at Hobson. We have a number of satellite projects that become a future source of uranium feed for that plant. Our Palangano project is already built and permitted. And we're very focused on a project called Burke Hollow, where we just got the permit late last year. And the next few weeks, we're starting a new drilling program there. We use technology that helps us keep drilling costs low. It's called prompt fission neutron technology. For less than $1 million, we project to be drill about 80 holes in our upcoming drill program. So we're all about technology. And using the war chest of cash that we have, we plan to also be aggressive and look for acquisition and consolidation opportunities.
How do you manage two companies at the same time, Amir? What does your schedule look like?
It's like managing a young family to some extent. Look, I've got an incredible team, and I'm very fortunate to have been able to attract a very competent team, both at Uranium Energy and gold mining. And in gold mining, I'm the chairman. We have a great CEO in Garnet Dawson and a president in Paulo Pereira. But look at the team at Uranium Energy. The former United States Energy Secretary, Spencer Abraham, is our chairman. No other uranium company on earth has a former cabinet member as its chairman. Scott Melby, our executive VP, who is the former president of Cameco Inc., over 30 years in the nuclear fuel business, our technical team. So to answer your question, how we do it is really with an incredible combination of people that we all have skin in the game and are driven the same way in terms of how we think about this. And really the shareholders that we've aligned ourselves with. Earlier we talked to Rick Rule, and you think about some of the long-term view that people like Rick or Li Ka-shing or the JP Morgans or BlackRocks of the world have. I think it's the equity alignment we need to have with our shareholders and the depth of our team and the shareholders we've aligned ourselves with. That's how it's all possible. Amir
Adnani, we're going to see you again tomorrow talking gold. I'm going to get your thoughts on that tomorrow.
The other yellow metal.
The other yellow metal. Thank you so much for joining us. Thanks for watching our coverage here from the PDAC in Toronto. We'll have more for you on Kitco.com. Stay tuned.